Virginia and Alex, really, both of these characters have some damage to them. Virginia, is that what you think really makes Mia take Kyle under her wing? She's in foster care, so she knows what true wounded looks like.
Yeah, I think she meets Kyle at a very pivotal point in his life, and she can see someone hurting because she's someone that is hurting as well. And I don't want to give anything away. But yeah, I think that she kind of knows that her optimism and her finding purpose in her life is exactly what Kyle needs in that moment as well.
Alex, is this trip a way to avoid Kyle's feelings? Is it a way to avoid talking to his parents? Is it avoiding the hurt he's experienced? Is it all of the above?
Yeah, I think it's probably a big mix of everything. I think a lot of it's being blackmailed that that if I don't go, then what Mia has against Kyle can come out, and that's there's probably some fear to that. I think there is this feeling that no matter what Kyle does, it seems like he can't escape his reality, that just feels like it's drowning him and completely engulfing him in the flames of guilt and pain. And I think it's a big mix of that. And I think it's also sometimes you get to a point where you're so desperate you do anything, and whether you're getting pushed in to it, or you're getting blackmailed into it, or you're getting supported into it, sometimes you do have to finally just make that decision of like, um, F it. What else I don't have anything else to lose at this point. And so I think all of that kind of encompasses the decision.
Well, there's so many poignant and touching moments, but there's also these little sweet and subtle moments, Virginia, that I see Mia showing the cracks in her armor and also Kyle showing the cracks in his. Were there specific moments, Virginia, that you really saw and really held close to your heart when you either read the script or while you were filming it?
Yeah, there were a lot of moments like that. I mean, I at the time of doing this film, I was kind of dealing with a loss of my own that had happened right beforehand. So there was a lot of kind of that grief and those feelings that I kind of put into this movie. And so a lot of those moments were ones where I was probably sort of dealing with that in my own life, and it comes through at times. And then I personally am always a fan of cutting dialogue whenever you can and saying things with a look or a hand hold or a head on the shoulder or whatever it is. But we fortunately had a director and a team around us that was really willing to collaborate on those things and sort of create these moments that can be really sweet without feeling heavy handed with dialogue and things like that.
I think it's present there in the favorite shirt moment where it's important for Kyle to make help Mia make the best first impression, however long it takes, uh, on Mia's mom. Alex, were there some special moments for you that you really enjoyed filming, or maybe scenes that are super poignant that hit you in the heart?
Man, I think there's something really special about. There's one specific scene that I think of when you talk about hit me in the heart, which is I get to work. We got to work with the amazing Rob Estes, who plays my father in this film. And there's a really really emotional scene between Kyle and his father in the film, myself and Rob Estes, where it is like you said, it's at this point where I don't know what to do. My father doesn't know what to do. There's that contention. It's obviously our relationship has been absolutely just restricted to the most minimal version of itself. And in the frustration of a father and a son, they both kind of they find this emotional climax that they decide we can't. I don't know what else there is to do, and it really is the ultimate kind of deciding factor in Kyle going to Spain with Mia. That one to me hits close to my home, close to home for me, mainly because my father and I have such an incredible relationship, and so I understand that a father and a son have there's an infinite amount of outcomes. And so doing this scene, knowing and understanding where Rob's character, where Kyle's father is coming from, makes it so deep and emotional, because I know that's what my father would do.
I want my son back. I mean, gosh, it just dips into your heart, squeezes it tight. Ugh, my goodness. Is that then what he sees in Mia? A place, a safe space, maybe to truly finally open up, whether he's felt frustrated talking to his family, he's really internalizing all of these feelings. Is she someone he recognizes as a safe space for him to finally let it all out?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of the uh, a lot of Mia that catches Kyle off guard is the fact that, right, we just talked about the scene with my father, who in the movie has watched me grow up, has this unconditional love for me, and it's built, and so obviously he's going to fight for me. But what makes Mia fight for Kyle off rip, like out of nowhere, you know? And so you kind of start to you start to understand Mia's reasons as you continue to watch the movie. But I think there's something that's so beautiful and knee jerk about the way that Mia fights to help Kyle. And I think that by the end of the film, I love that we get to see Kyle start to understand what that means and why, and then in turn get to do it himself.
Virginia, what do you hope lingers with audiences, or what do you hope they take away from exploring this beautiful film, See You on Venus?
I hope that people, I think for me, one of my favorite things about playing Mia is she doesn't know how much time she has left. So every flower she smells, every bite of food she takes, every view she sees could be her last. And it
Hence the
really,
photographs.
yeah, exactly. And that has really stuck with me as a person, is that the savoring of each moment as if it could be your last. And I also think it's to, for lack of a better word, kind of bruised, broken people that come together and find a renewed sense of hope and connection, and giving kind of life in themselves a second chance. And so I hope that those messages stick with people after the film. It was certainly what stuck with me about it.